Yes, welcome to this exciting and special edition of the Inbound. The Inbound, we specifically talk about basketball.
Local basketball.
We talk about local basketball. And this one is very special because we are going to be focusing on the Gazelles, our national women's basketball team.
Yep.
That is set to fly out ahead of the women Afrobasket. That is going to happen in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, starting 26th of this month until August 3rd, right?
Yes.
And with me is none other than Franklin Kaweru.
Naenga lo luzungu yogede runji.
Oluzungu yogede runji. Luiza pa wedeyo. Ndozo uchirabye ekintu ngena kisobola.
Zino urban sports ojazi sobola.
Nja kusobola. Yes, if our producer can zoom behind, you can see the Gazelles already in high moods because they are going to be flying out. But first they will be going in Egypt for another training camp. Where they'll have friendlies with 3 nations.
Yep, the tournament to warm up games.
Yes, but before you get this underway, Franklin, first say hi to our viewers and then we can start.
Hi everyone, happy to be back again. It's been a while since I was on this show. And of course, I'm always excited to talk about basketball,
yes,
especially local basketball.
Franklin, before we talk about the tournament in general, let's first talk about the Gazelles preparations. The team that was summoned by Coach Nicholas Natuereza comprises of 13, and I understand they will be taking 12 if I'm not mistaken. But we are seeing new faces including Maya Waswa. But then many people have been asking why Shilala Munu was not on the team because she was very vital for Uganda during that Zone 5 campaign where we beat Egypt.
I want to start by saying that, look, the coach, the national team coach is also the coach who handles Shilala Munu on a daily basis.
Shilala Munu.
Shilala Munu on a daily basis at UCU Lady Cannons. And you would believe that he has the best interest for this girl at this point. I mean, if she met the requirements, she would definitely be on that team. But of course, the considerations could have been different for Coach Nick to forego Shilala Munu. So I don't think anyone should have questions about why she wasn't summoned because, if anything, she would be the first priority for Coach Nick.
Which other players do you think that maybe you think could have made a roster for this one?
I thought, of course, I've been following college basketball quite a bit. I thought Ruth Retal was very good with Grayson in her final year in junior college. I thought she should be a very good wing for the team.
Who?
Ruth Retaru.
Yes, Ruth Retaru.
I thought not Ruth Retaru. What's the name?
Diana
Retaru.
Diana Retaru.
I thought she should be a very good wing for the team. But of course, being that you have completed now junior college and you're moving into a senior college or a bigger school, it is always a bit complicated. And given the fact that at this point she hadn't yet gotten a school to commit to, it would be a bit complicated with the travel restriction and that are happening in the United States right now. It would be a bit difficult for her to get back probably into the United States, and such considerations are probably made by the player to be available or not. Obviously, I watched a bit of the basketball tape with particularly Rosa Manio. She didn't play a whole lot. Obviously, she has time to grow into a better player and all that. I thought she would be part of the team initially, but of course, again, the considerations of the coach and the team and the technical team that selected these players put a lot of things under consideration, and I don't want to doubt the team that was someone, of course, at this point.
Then, of course, some of the other athletes, including Abe Priscilla, I think she's missing out because of the injury.
It's because of the injury, but also,
and of course the school engagements as well.
But also I don't think coaches were particularly happy with her output, especially during the training camp that they had in Germany. From what I heard, coaches were not particularly impressed with her show in the camp they had in Germany, and probably that may have contributed to some of that stuff as well. So for now, I think we just need to focus on the team that was named with some new faces that are coming up. Especially, I mean, I'm happy for Tracy. That is
Tracy Namugosa.
Tracy Namugosa, of course.
And she has generally, by the way, had a good campaign with her new team, Cases Leopards.
Yeah. So I mean, when you get new player like this getting opportunities to play at the highest level, and look, she's very aggressive. She's never afraid of any stage. So you would expect that this is something that she's going to take with both hands.
Then maybe still about the team, a couple of still new faces. I think besides Jenna Sinde and Kaweru, who else was in Kigali the last time we competed at Afrobasket in 2023?
I think majority of the team, Evelyn Naching was there.
Yes,
but she wasn't, of course, in Egypt in the qualifiers. Evelyn Naching was there. I think it is just the rest of the local girls, only the 4 that have been added who were not part of the Egypt camp. Of course, Percy Nyamwenge is new to the team, not to the team, but to playing at this level. Tracy Namugosa that we talked about, Sharon Chirabo. Okay, these are girls who are new to this stage, but at least we've seen them for a while, and they are going to make a contribution, I think.
Anyone would think that maybe because this is going to be our 4th time. Our first was in '97 in Kenya, then 2015. That tournament was it in Cameroon?
Yeah, Cameroon. Yes.
Then 2023. Anyone would think that maybe we should have picked like a big crop from the team that was there in 2023. We are going with what I can call as an inexperienced team. And if we have gotten a bit of continuation, maybe that would have played in our favor. Yeah,
I think there is still enough continuity from the team that was in Kigali. When you have Claire Lamono, you have Kaweru, obviously you have
Zama
wasn't there.
Yeah, Zama wasn't
obviously there. When you have the captain Jenna Sinde, when you have Melissa Akullu, this is enough experience to carry from the previous tournament, and obviously the players that you're bringing in have played at the highest level. If you're bringing in Paige Robinson, you're bringing in Maya, who has been in college for 4 years. I mean, that is enough experience to play at this level. So I don't think continuity should be some sort of problem for the team, really. I think the team that they have put together is really the same. But also most importantly is that these are the same players, crop of players that the coach has been working with. They are not new to his style of basketball, if I may put it that way, his kind of coaching. So I don't think there's going to be any sort of problem in kind of adjusting to where you're playing at, or the coach's kind of approach to the game.
And then many, if in case Maya makes the trip to Abidjan, many will be watching her for the first time. How good is she?
Look, first of all, she's in the Division 2 school in the NCAA. She's in the lower division than the NCAA that we see on TV, and she's a scorer. Her progress from when she joined college to now her final year, she's a scorer. She's a scoring guard. When you average 14 points in a college university, it is always tremendous. That is good enough for. That's good enough, I think, to be a player of highest quality, and the contribution that you're going to make to the Gazelles, I think it's massive for a player that scores 14 points in college.
Then we are in a group, because there are 4 groups of 12 teams. Each group has 3 teams. Yes. Then we are in Group C. That has Senegal, who were runners-up in the last edition. Yep. They were beaten by Nigeria, right?
Yep.
And then we have Guinea, Zone 2 champions.
Yep.
How would we up that one?
Look, the good thing is that in Rwanda we played against these very teams. That is a good way of looking at it. But also in that tournament we kind of surprised Senegal in a way. I think they are extremely. I think Senegal. The chances that we put ourselves into Senegal, I think at this point we would say. We can challenge. Of course, they are going to take us more seriously. But if you are looking at an opponent that I think we can get one over straight up, I don't think Guinea can cause us a lot of problems, as Senegal will, definitely.
Okay, then we have Jamila Zama Nansikombi. Zama, how exciting to be back in Uganda to start with.
Home sweet home. I'm excited.
This is going to be your first Afrobasket for you, but you had a good campaign when Uganda won Zone 5, 15 points in the final against the Egyptian Pharaohs. What kind of confidence are you taking in this tournament?
I've had much more time to prepare. I didn't play quite a lot before January. I spent a whole year without playing up until January, but I think I've been playing much more, so I'm excited.
Then can you talk about the current crop of players, the squad blend of young and of course the experienced crop? What kind of confidence do you have in this team?
I honestly forget sometimes that we have younger and older, more experienced players. I feel like we're just so together that it doesn't feel like anyone is more experienced than the other. So I love that we're able to actually have a great skill set from whoever's experienced to the least person. So that's exciting.
Yeah, you played the qualifier with some sort of pressure, a lot of weight on your shoulders. I mean, going into a tournament with the same group of girls, I mean, how does it now ease your work knowing that this is how everybody on the team plays?
I think that it eases my job and definitely boosts my confidence because now I've had much more time to play with them versus just hopping in last minute and not knowing, how everybody else plays. So it's a good thing and it's going to help us together.
How would you rate, especially the scoring of the team at this level?
I feel like we do need much more people to step up in terms of scoring, me included. We all do need to kind of join forces and not rely on just anybody. So it has to be like a team effort. Everybody needs to step up and do their role.
Yeah. What would you regard as success now at this level?
Beating the standards that were set previously would be success to me. So I feel like standards have already been set and you could either beat those or maintain. We don't expect anything less. That would be a disgrace.
Since you played there to go some time back, how would you rate the change or the growth of basketball, especially at national team level?
There's so much love and togetherness. That's something that I don't know that we had so much. Like I said, it's so hard to know the difference between more experienced players and those that are just, coming in. It just feels like so together, and I don't think that matters at all. I feel like we as a unit just want to work together. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Zama. I will just wish you all the best out there in the tournament. Okay. Franklin, we are still talking about weighing about the group. Yep. Do you have a chance against Senegal, who are a powerhouse?
No,
in the region, and Guinea, of course, as well, who are Zone 5 champions.
Here's how I look at
Zone 2 champions.
Here's how I look at our group, or should I say our opponents. The mere fact that the group of guys that we have right now most of them were part of that victory that we got against Senegal in Rwanda. I think the first thing is that they are going to approach this game with a lot of confidence. Okay, that look, the mere fact that we beat this team, I think we can do something again. So there's not going to be any sort of stage fright from the girls because this is a team that they had one over in the past tournament. Obviously, it's going to be a very, very tough time because with all due respect to what we have, I think Senegal is, in terms of basketball, they are quite ahead of us. Of course, not just in the championships alone, but overall. I think they have a better group, if I may put it that way. But the thing is that winning against Senegal makes us think that we are at that level, we belong to that level. So that is a game that is going to be tough, but you expect Gazelles to put up a hand again.
Yes, the equation is very simple. If you top your group, you go direct to the quarterfinals. If you finish second or bottom of the group, you still have a chance to play at the round of 16 so that you can fight for one of the slots in the last 8. Franklin, as we try to wind this up, what do you think is going to determine our ceiling? Because last time out, we finished 7th.
I think how we play defensively is going to be very, very, very important. The defensive setup that we are going to use in the tournament is going to be important. I think it is always important that you start your games with So it's always important that you start your game with very good defensive mentality. Obviously, in terms of scoring, I think this team has quite good scorers, I think. But I think the difference is going to be always how do we defend. And at this level, at that level of basketball, I think defense is very important than scoring. So if anything, I want to believe that Coach Nick is going to focus on that defensive strategy a lot, and knowing that he's quite a defensive coach. As we have seen how he handles things in the, how he handles the game. I think we're going to have a really good chance.
Okay, with us we are joined by Melissa Akullu, and Melissa, for starters, first say hi to the Sports Nation viewers.
Hi Sports Nation viewers, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for supporting us as the Gazelles, and yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, we've seen the dance moves, the mood in high, the mood in camp is there.
You know I'm the vibe queen, DJ, everything and everything, just call me, I'll be there, don't worry.
And how are you guys trying to translate that onto the court when the tournament gets underway?
Not even just from the tournament, from practices, we've been coming in with the same level of energy that we have off the court. We're just trying to lock in as a team and know that this is our chance to shine. And so we're just all locked in. We want to be able to compete in practices, and the same thing that we'll be able to do in the games. So it's looking really good for us so far.
Almost a new team from the one that competed in 2023.
Yes.
How have you guys tried to build up on chemistry?
The new members of the team are people who have already had experience with the Gazelles. They belong at this stage. They've been playing phenomenal seasons in the league locally, and so we know that this is where they belong, and so they've come in and fit as if they're already part of the team. Obviously the older players have been helping them to understand what is expected of them, etc., but for the most part they're doing so great of a job.
Yeah, obviously in the past tournament we played Senegal.
Yes.
And we got a good one.
Yes.
You want to believe that this time they are going to take us extremely seriously.
Yes.
I mean, how do you prepare for such a game?
I think we're just going with the same mindset that we had in the last game. Trust the coach's game plan. Yep. We don't want to have too many expectations of, we for sure should beat them again because we beat them the last time. Yep. They are a different team, and so are we. Yep. And so we're just going with the same concept. It's 0-0 at the beginning. It's all the jump ball, and so it's the best team will win at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the chemistry
yes.
that you guys have created and the vibe that you talk about, how important are small things like this in trying to win a game?
I think they're important because when it comes down to the fourth quarter, let's say the last 5 minutes, everyone is tired. We've played 35 plus minutes, and so just being able to pull your teammate up because you know you have the chemistry both on and off the court is helpful. Hey, I know you're tired, but let's keep pushing. Hey, 5 more minutes in the game. This is our win. I know you can do this. That's your shot. All that stuff is kind of what picks people up and gets us to win games like that.
In terms of production, especially offensive production, your defense is never in doubt. But in terms of production, especially on offense, obviously Claire has some tired legs and you're the more athletic. How do you kind of harness that energy that you still have in trying to help the team?
I think I just keep the same mindset. I get stops on defense, and then offense will come and dictate itself. So I just don't want to have the same offensive mindset. I need to score. No, I'll do the little things on defense, get a steal, get a block, force a turnover over here, and then we'll for sure go and get a score on the other end. It might not be me, someone else will, but we'll score as long as we get the win.
Excited.
Yes.
Excited.
Okay, thank you, Melissa.
Thank you so much.
That's Melissa Akullu. She's also a player on the Gazelles.
Center.
Yes,
and one of the players who will be important for Uganda, who actually Uganda will need
to step up in the tournament. Yes, that's it. The Gazelles are now flying out to Egypt. They have Rwanda, Cameroon, Egypt, those are the friendlies.
Let us first
before we connect to Abidjan, to Ivory Coast, where we'll be taking part in the fourth edition, which will be our fourth tournament at the Afrobasket.
But it is the 29th edition, I think.
Yes, it will be the 29th edition. We played in 97, then the second appearance was in 2015, then 2023 when we finished 7th in Cameroon. Thank you, Franklin. Brian Kawalya, continue watching Sports Nation TV.
The producer,